chicken cross the road? The answer to that infamous joke is sparking more than laughter, but romance. Joining me right now is East Lansing-based author Kelly Ohlert. Welcome into Studio 10.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Yes, we're also happy to. Before we get into the books, you did say you're a big Lions fan, so this is a big weekend for you?
Yep, we're going to the game.
Look at that. She's one of the lucky ones. But let's get into the books, especially the ones that you've written, especially with To Get to the Other Side, this book right here. And we have to show the viewers what, or should I say, who inspired this book. Take a look at your screen. This is a chicken. How in the world did a chicken inspire a romance novel?
So that is Chick Chick. One day I was checking in with one of my good friends from high school. I just gave her a call and said, "What's new?" And she said, "Well, actually, I have a pet chicken now. I found it crossing the road in downtown Chicago, and it was living with her in her studio apartment in the city." And with that, the jokes just write themselves.
Yes. And that, of course, is the inspiration of To Get to the Other Side. Tell us how these characters deal with the chicken crossing the road in Chicago.
Absolutely. So I said, that belongs in a book. Do you mind if I use that as inspiration? So I ended up developing a story around that. That kind of became my first chapter. And so the book follows Trixie, who finds a chicken crossing the road in the city, and she ends up taking it in, but unfortunately she lives in a no pets allowed apartment. So she gets kicked out of her apartment and ends up having to find a new place to live, which is where the hero of the story comes in. Bear, his meddlesome siblings, decide to put out an ad for the spare room in his house, which she responds to. So we've got roommates to lovers, co-parenting a chicken, and all the shenanigans that come along with it. And so it's a lot of fun, and in a lot of the reviews I get comparisons saying that it gives off strong Nick and Jess vibes from the TV show New Girl.
Oh, we love them. That's so, like, because it has that banter, you know, between those, do we like each other, do we not, but you have to co-parent and take care.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, too funny. You already have me smiling with that, and knowing that there's love attached, we love that as well. And another book that you just recently released, Let's Get Quizzical, throws a fun game show with high stakes, but exes have to be on a team. Talk about this story.
Yep, so they are former high school sweethearts who didn't end things on the best of terms. And so they get paired back together now many years later, unexpectedly, when they get placed together as teammates on a trivia game show. And sparks fly on live TV, so naturally that brings some attention from viewers, which leads the show to want to keep them around as long as possible. So there is a little bit of scandal involved, a little bit of a villain. So it's got all of the swoony moments and the fun banter, but what I think really makes it special is that it's got all sorts of trivia fun facts mixed in. So not only in the questions that they ask on the show, but her inner monologue is lots of trivia. So it's a great one for enjoying the read, and then next time you're at a dinner party, you've got all sorts of quirky anecdotes about pink bunnies and arguments over them and stolen art and things like that that will just wow your friends.
Oh my gosh, how fun. A little bit of everything in these books. And I have to ask you, what's your favorite part about writing kind of these witty, quirky, romantic comedies?
I think it's always fun when I'm going back through and editing and I come across a line that I do not even remotely remember writing, and I'm able to make myself laugh. There's nothing better than making myself laugh and being like, okay, if I think it's funny a second time, hopefully other readers will enjoy it too.
There you go. It's all part of the process. Now, where can we get these books, especially if we're going to be stuck inside with the snow? Where can we get started so we can bundle up with a great book this winter?
You can get these anywhere books are sold. They're in paperback, ebook, and audiobook format, so whichever is right for you, you can get it. But you can get signed copies at Schuler Books here in Okemos.
Perfect. Awesome. We love Schuler's, and we partner with them with a lot too, and it's great to support local authors and local bookstores as well. So lots of fun. Keep up the amazing work. I know I can't wait to dive into these books. But you know, another thing that we need to focus on in the winter, besides our mental brain and getting into some reading, is our skin. Because sometimes